Well, hello friends. Happy August. It is August 1st of 2025. It's a Friday, and I thought we would start a little vlog maybe. I'm going to try being a little bit more concise and maybe make it like a reel that we just see little clips of me here and there. We'll see how that goes. We all know how I love to chat. I'm already doing it. But yeah, let's just talk about what I'm going to be reading, what I'm going to be crafting, and what I'm up to this month. Okay, so let's talk real quick about what I'm going to start my reading month with. That was not the right grammar, but we're just going to go with it. I'm going to read What Kitty Did Next by Carrie Cableen. Cableen. And I am embarrassed to say that this book has been on my Jane Austen July TBR for more years than I care to admit, probably since it was first a new book. And I have yet to read it still. So, and I didn't read it last month either, and it was on my TBR. So I just need to actually read it. I bought the Kindle copy. I'm going to read it. So today is that day. I'm going to start it. And this vlog is going to hold me accountable for actually finishing it. All I know is that this is a Pride and Prejudice inspired fiction about Kitty Bennet, one of the main character of Pride and Prejudice sisters, the one that's not really talked about too much. So I'm excited for it. I think part of me just kind of gets a little nervous about Pride and Prejudice retellings. So I've read a couple really bad ones, and I've read maybe one or two really good ones. So hopefully this is in the really good category. I've heard good things about it, so let's hope. And I also wanted to show you what I am going to be stitching this month. This is a Lindy Stitches pattern. It's actually a Christmas pattern. And as you can see, it is a giant brown horse. Plus it has some other things in it. But I have had this going on for way too long, and it just needs to get done. So I'm going to do like 150 stitches a day, and I should be able to get done with it by the end of August. Okay, there's the finished product. So this pattern, or this picture, uses some fancier flosses than I have. I am just using the DMC. So the horse is not going to be quite as variegated as this one is. Obviously, you can see it is not. But yeah, I still think it's going to be really cute for Christmas. Hello, friends. It is Tuesday, August 5th now. And I just have had no time to really film. I did film some clips of my weekend, and my family and I went up to a different lake than we normally do. We didn't take our boat up there, but we took a tour boat around the lake, and that was really nice. There's a lot of very fancy homes up there because it is just like a public lake that people can, build homes on. The one we normally go to with our boat is a state park, so it's pretty much just trees. So, but anyway, it's Tuesday. My job, it's been kind of chaos the last few days. We had some network problems, and then Monday, just me, for some reason, seemed to not be able to get on my computer. Everybody else could, I couldn't. And so far, as of 5 o'clock on Monday, it was not resolved. So yeah, we'll see how Tuesday goes. So I'll check back in. I have to get to work, but I'll check back in later today and tell you how my reading's been going, because I have been listening to books, so we'll see how it goes. All right, see you soon, friends. Bye, friends. It is the 11th of August. It is Monday, and I look a hot mess. But when last we spoke, I was having computer problems. Luckily, the lovely tech guy that we have, that is not with the corporate help desk people, he came down and fixed it, thankfully. So I'm all up and running at work. Another weekend has passed, and I went to another local-ish beach. I actually went to Lake Erie. It's about an hour and a half away from me, so it's not super close or anything, but I went there. It was way too hot. The sand was like the fiery sands of Hades. So I did not stay super duper long, but went to dinner and all that stuff. I didn't take any videos, so fail, but we really did not stay at the beach very long, and it was pretty crowded, so I probably wouldn't have wanted to film. But anyway, I wanted to just check in, tell you how my reading's been going, show you how my stitching has been going, because I know I showed you that in the first week, and I guess we're going to make this a 2-week vlog, because I, didn't really say much. So let's talk about what I have been reading. I've pretty much just been listening to my Bible, because I've been doing the Bible in 90 days plan, and I'm doing a chronological plan. So I have actually just reached the New Testament on Sunday. So that's been great. I've been looking forward to getting to the New Testament for over 2 months. Because some of the Old Testament, it's a little rough to get through. The New Testament is it just flows better in my mind. So, plus, it's the good news. Yay. So I really have been enjoying that. And otherwise, for other reading, I have just been keeping on with What Kitty Did Next. And I always forget the author, so if I remember, I'll put it up here. And I'm really enjoying that so far. I am about 20-ish chapters in, and there's 70-some chapters, which I was kind of surprised to see. But they're all pretty short, and I'm listening to it. So really, as long as I read a few chapters a day, it shouldn't really take me too much longer to get through it. It's just making myself turn off YouTube and turn on an audiobook at night instead. And it's really not an audiobook, it's the Kindle copy, but I'm having talk to text read it to me, which is actually working out pretty nicely. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have been reading. I did start an independent Christian fiction that a friend of mine gave me, but I'm like 7 pages into it. So I'm going to save that for a later date to tell you about. So let's show you what I have been stitching on. So first up is the project that I showed you last week, and it is Sugar Plum Dreams by Lindy Stitches. And as you can see, I got the horse filled in. Yay! I'm working on the little white leggies so that it looks like a full-sized horse. As cute as it was, with short stubby legs, it needed its Clydesdale leg floof. So that is where I am with Sugar Plum Dreams. I have only been doing about 100 stitches on it daily, sometimes less. So at this point, the chances of me actually getting it done by the end of the month are pretty slim, but at least I will make a good dent in it. But, and apologize for my fingernails, I just noticed I have a little snaggy thing in there, so I'm gonna have to look at that. I just noticed that. Oh, crap. And then the next project that I forgot to show you last week is Beetles Collage by Stitches So Beautiful, and artwork is by Tammy Gross or Gross. And I'll put a little picture of the finished project, but the Beatles are one of my favorite groups. They have been probably since high school. So when I saw this pattern come up as like one of the featured artist patterns and at Stitches So Beautiful, I was like, I need this. But I'm really enjoying getting more progress in this one. I think I'm currently at like 2.3%. I'd like to, by the end of the month, get to 5%, but I really haven't calculated that out to see how many stitches that means I have to get this month. So that may or may not be possible. Okay, so now that you've seen my cross stitch projects, now I'm going to go throw a load of laundry in, which I'm not going to film because, it's laundry. Who wants to see more of that than you already have to do, right? And then I am going to change and do my Ignite strength training workout. I am on week 8. Today is the first day of week 8, and that is the last week of Ignite. I can't believe that I kept up with it. And I actually did 3 strength training workouts a week and didn't skip one, and pretty much did them on a schedule like I'm supposed to. It's been awesome. My friend Alicia and I, who has been doing this program with me, we are actually going to roll right into Reignite, which I guess is like part 2 of Ignite, as soon as we finish this one. So, I mean, really finishing this one really means nothing because we're going to keep going. But yeah, I'm just super proud of us that we have kept going with that. And I'm probably going to definitely going to take some progress pictures at the end of the week when I'm done with this one, and I'll hopefully be brave and show it up here. But yeah, it's been great. And I will, depending on how long my little vlog is, at the end of this, I will kind of talk about the 75 soft challenge that I've been doing and what it all is and what my challenges are and how we're getting down to the end of that one too. So I would like to talk about where I will go from here with that challenge. 75 soft challenge that I've been doing and what it all is and what my challenges are and how we're getting down to the end of that one too. So I would like to talk about where I will go from here with that challenge. Hello, let's do a quick wrap up of what I finished reading in the last 2 weeks, which, admittedly wasn't much because I'm in my slow reading era. But I finally finished What Kitty Did Next by Carrie Kebline, and it was great. I should have read this years ago. I had said that I had heard good things about it. I hadn't heard anybody say that, it was a horrible Pride and Prejudice retelling. I had friends recommend it, so I should have trusted their judgment, and I'm sure I did. I probably just would leave it till the last minute of Jane Austen July every year for some reason, and then just never got to it. Probably because there's not an audio book version, at least that I could find. And that's it. I'm also in my audiobook era. So I ended up listening to this on Kindle, talk to text, I think I told you, which worked out pretty well for this book. Sometimes it doesn't, but it did this time. The things that were great about this book was that it didn't change the personalities of any of the original Pride and Prejudice characters. I thought it stayed really true to the overall impressions that Jane Austen gave us of everybody. Elizabeth and Darcy and Jane and Mr. Bingley, they all embodied the same personalities that we have come to know from them. Lydia, of course, was the same old Lydia. And even Mary, she was the same pretty much, and some things happened with her that were interesting to see, but really fit what I felt her character would have, like her next steps would have been. And yeah, and Kitty was great. She was kind of the one that I felt like got the least mention in the original Pride and Prejudice. She was kind of just there. So there was a lot that Carrie Kebline could do with that character to make her still seem fitting for the role, but yet put her more forward so that she was the center of attention, obviously. And yeah, I think she did a really great job. I think on Goodreads, I gave it 5 stars, which is, basically, if you don't make me want to throw the book across the room with a Pride and Prejudice retelling, you're doing pretty well. So, so this one was probably up there with The Other Bennet Sister for me, which I believe that one was about Mary. Yes, I'm fairly certain. It's been a while since I read that, but I think that one was about Mary Bennet. So yeah, it was great. That's really all I finished in the last 2 weeks that I can think of. Yeah, that was the big one anyway, I guess. So I'm going to end this vlog here so that it's kind of short for you guys. Hopefully you liked this format. Let me know. But I'm going to roll right in and start a new vlog right after I wrap this up. So I'll be in the same clothes. And I guess I'll make that one a 2-week vlog too. And hopefully I'm kind of in a push for a goal with Tiffany from Beautiful Minutia, her summer book bingo. I know I'm going to get at least one bingo, but I just want to get more squares filled in. So I am starting to read and listen to a lot more shorter things for the next 2 weeks in a push to try to get things done for that bingo card. So so stay tuned. We'll see how much I actually do next week or the next 2 weeks. So all right, friends, I will talk to you soon. Bye.